Well, despite being hit hard by the pandemic, startup founders in India have not given up. My colleague Rochelle Akufo spoke to one entrepreneur who co-founded two startups, Zerodha and True Beacon. Nikhil Kamath begins by recounting his startup story.
Started in the southern part of India, Bangalore, which is like the tech hub of India. Dropped out of school early, played chess for a long time, played professionally for a bit. Started working very early. First full-time job was at 17. Started trading at the age of 17. Trading led to broking and then everything around broking, like asset management and lending.
So it's certainly been quite the journey. Obviously, a lot of people had to make shifts in terms of corporate strategy during the pandemic. How has the pandemic affected your business?
Well, we're primarily an online business, Rachel, and it hasn't affected us too much. We've actually seen a huge inflow of new clientele, which we have acquired through the pandemic. We're one of the few industries which have not been affected adversely in the corona times.
Now, for a lot of companies who weren't as fortunate, obviously with everything that's going on with the pandemic in India, talk about the response from Indian startups throughout the pandemic and then now, especially with this latest surge in cases and deaths.
Yeah, there isn't much that startups can do on the ground. I think the onus of kind of preparing for the situation and dealing with it to a large extent lies with the government. As a community, we have come together and there are various drives that we have started, be it around oxygen or vaccination or medication. But I think the problem is much larger than something that an industry like ours can significantly make an impact to.
So then what do you think maybe the startup community in India needs to make a bigger impact?
Well, we all need to get involved and kind of like bite the bullet on profitability or revenue from a 1 year standpoint. We have to, to have an audience and the overall health of the country is probably more important than profitability right now. And when all of us get on the same page, not just startups, but all corporations in India, if we all get together, contribute, participate in helping out, I think then we could make a substantial difference.
Now, it's interesting because obviously, given the high the high failure rate for a lot of startups, even before the pandemic, this can be additional pressure then now when you have COVID-19 into the mix. Do you think this crisis has encouraged more Indians to want to get into entrepreneurship, or are people becoming more risk averse and really sort of more looking towards the traditional job sector?
So, Rachel, the traditional jobs sector does not have as many opportunities today as it did pre-pandemic, because to a large extent, India is in a certain form of a lockdown. So the opportunities in the entrepreneurial space, startups, is actually a lot more because a lot of these businesses are run online. So I think people are out there innovating, starting new companies, trying to scale. The interest in this ecosystem has only gone up.
So then in terms of the sectors that you're seeing most startups either sort of leaning towards or the ones that are getting the most investment, which ones are really trending the most?
I think fintech and lending is right now in India. We're a fairly underpenetrated ecosystem when it comes to financial inclusion. Only about 2% of the country has access to the financial markets. So the room to grow is significant. Companies can scale multifold when the ecosystem does grow. So we see a lot of interest, both domestic and foreign, in the fintech ecosystem right now.
And what about the health sector and some of these other perhaps non sort of online sort of products and services for startups? What else is jumping out at you?
Well, so India is divided, right? Like the southern part of India, where I sit, Bangalore, is kind of the tech hub. We have something called Hyderabad, which is the pharma hub of India. These guys have been exempt from being in a lockdown in a way, and they continue to produce and they continue to grow. A lot of them are expanding capacity. We have very many really large generic drug makers in India, and that ecosystem is thriving as well.